Another of those games where the rhetoric would have been simple. Easy for people to say, oh, the Chelsea project is a joke. But really, over here at Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, we don't discuss football based on results. Essentially, it's about processes. And you see, this is not just because I'm a Chelsea fan. Last season, when Arsenal were at it, I did this for Arsenal. I was one of the few people who saw the things that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta wanted to do. I didn't just wait for the project to get into fruition before saying, oh, Arsenal showed signs of progress. No. We saw the things then. We stuck by it and we said, yo, Arsenal can do good stuff. Last season, I actually called Arsenal should win the league. They couldn't do it because of William Saliba's injury, in my opinion. People ridiculed me and says, hey, Arsenal are just elephants. They're always going to come down. They can never win anything. And then there you have it. It's the same as the Chelsea project. I'm one of the few people who from day one, just based on the players that Chelsea have signed, I've always maintained that Mauricio Pochettino may not be the guy to take Chelsea to the promised land. I may be wrong. He may prove me wrong. I've seen signs of how he wants to play this times, and sometimes I'm saying, okay, fine, maybe Pochettino can get us somewhere. But I think that there may be someone that will take this Chelsea team, this young, brilliant team levels up. And it may not be in Mauricio Pochettino. That is fine because really, projects are started by people. Some people get to where they want to get to. Some people have to do things that they have to do, right? But yes, it is a matter of time. It is a matter of what you want to see and how patient you want to see. And trust you me, this is the one of those games. I think that Chelsea backed up that performance after that performance against Sheffield United, against Newcastle United. Brilliant stuff. I haven't seen a single game like this season where Chelsea have kept their shape throughout, even when they were losing. And you see, so against Brentford, against the last time Chelsea lost at Stamford Bridge was against Brentford in a 1-0 loss. Since then, Chelsea had gone on to win 3 and had drawn 1. The one draw was against Manchester City. And again, in the Carabao Cup, over a span of about 10 years, Chelsea had just lost once. And so going into this one, there was high confidence, and Newcastle had issues of injury and their players were not fit, and there was some accumulated fatigue. They had been bundled up out of Europe and the psyche of the team and whatnot. And I knew that Chelsea were going to dominate play, but it was what they were going to do with play and exactly how he wanted to do what he wanted to do with the team that he had. I mean, Chelsea went into this game. I don't think that Enzo Fernandez should have started. I think this is one of those games where Mauricio Pochettino misprofiled Enzo Fernandez. There was no way Enzo Fernandez should have started in this game. It should have still been Conor Gallagher, Moise Caicedo. Then you start with Mihailo Mudryk and then Raheem Sterling. But my thinking is that just maybe he wanted to get the best out of Raheem Sterling from the left-hand side so that he can cut in onto his right foot and not really take a lot out of him on the left-hand side. And that's exactly what he went in for. But when he went in for that, in the first half, Chelsea created some good chances. You see, one of the things I was excited about, even in that moment where Chelsea conceded that first goal in the 16th minute, one of the things that was clear was the fact that Chelsea consistently made a pitch very constricted. The two centre backs never really backed off. Consistently, they were making the pitch constricted, pushing up, very aggressive, winning those aerial duels, and then those balls. When that ball went wide to Levi Cole, and then he sent in that pass to Moise Caicedo, Caicedo couldn't control. You know, it was a heavy pass, very heavy pass. Caicedo's body orientation before the pass came again wasn't the best. And immediately that did happen. You knew that Chelsea were going to be in trouble. Yes, the two centre-backs communicated very well, with Thiago Silva stepping into the danger first, then Benoit reading the game. Benoit read that ball excellently. It is just that bit about people not liking left-footed centre-backs. They knowing that they won't clear the ball. They will want to turn around. They are more flamboyant. They want to turn around and recycle play. Benoit wanted to do that. The ball just took a ricochet off his feet. I don't think that was an error. I just think that was an accident, right? So that's it. And then Chelsea conceded the first goal. But from then until the time Chelsea equalized, it was sustained spells of pressure consistently. They will go, it doesn't work, they come back, they recycle play, Moise Caicedo. People ask, why did Mauricio Pochettino took Enzo Fernandez on? I mean, that change was brilliant. he wanted to have extra legs in central area. So you bring Armando Broja into central area, bring Cole Palmer into central area. Now this will allow Cole Palmer to roam a little bit more central. Again, the Chelsea team stuck together consistently, counter pressing, being brilliant with their ball, keeping their shape. And I think one of the things that I saw in this game that made me really excited was the fact that Chelsea actually really did keep their shape against Newcastle today. They consistently kept their shape. They made sure that in those zones where they were going after those balls, they'll keep their shape. The 3-2-5 was going to be the shape. In fact, it actually became 2-3-5 in that zones where you had Thiago Silva and then Caicedo dropping in between the two. Then you have two number 18 between them. Then the 5 attackers in. And I think that one of the brilliant changes that Mauricio Pochettino did in this game was when he brought on Malo Gusto. No, when he brought on Malo Gusto, Gusto was playing on the left hand side. That really didn't do much because Axel de Sassi was there and Gusto was playing on his weaker foot. You don't get the best out of Gusto from there. Now it is what he actually got from the team to take off Axel de Sassi, play Malo Gusto on the right hand side, then bring on Ian Matheson to go and play on the left hand side. Ian is more comfortable to play as a left wing back in that zone. He went to play on that side. Gusto came on the right hand side. Then Gusto went in with the crosses. The first one, Livramento nearly scored an own goal. The ball took a ricochet off. Then Chelsea came back again. And then the second one, Chelsea were able to get a goal. Again, I've said that in past games that Mikhailo Mudryk is growing in confidence. He's beginning to believe in himself. And you see it when you watch him that now he goes after balls. Now he doesn't really shy away. He's much more involved. He feels more comfortable. He's relaxed in the team, and he knows that he's going to get things done. And that's exactly what you saw in there. I loved Moise Caicedo. It's one of those games again where Moise Caicedo will not be spoken about because, yes, he was bought for 100 million, and the people were expecting to score long ranges and salvage the team. Moise Caicedo is not a Declan Rice. He is brilliant at what he do in terms of build-up play. He was brilliant at it today, picking the ball in those pockets under pressure. Under a lot of stress on a half turn, playing forward, never going for the lateral balls, consistently being vertical against a team that had a lot of central blockade in central areas. And I think that this was one of the most difficult games that Chelsea have played because now you're playing against a team that's more disciplined and also have very good technical quality in defense. Now it was about how Chelsea were consistently going to recycle play, how they were going to pick up balls, how they're going to be patient and stay very disciplined in attacking them. And I think they did exactly that. And you see, every day when somebody asks me what's the importance of XG in games like this, XG is about processes. XG is about growth. XG is about measuring where you are and how good you can be with respect to time. And I think that this is one of those games where Chelsea didn't create clear-cut chances, but then you could see that they came close. They had sustained spells of pressure, and they knew exactly what they wanted to do in the attacking third. They weren't too fluid. And mind you, that was one of the things I've raised in recent times about Pochettino setups, especially when Chelsea are playing against a low block, is the excess fluidity. I mean, you need a fluidity in some form of rigidity. The team has to be rigid, but there's supposed to be fluidity in there. This is what I mean. There's supposed to be a rigid structure. The structure where, let's say, you are going in the later part of the game, it was a 2-3-5 for Chelsea. Now, you need that shape. You need that rigid shape. But the players are supposed to be moving, but consistently in that shape. And that's what the guy likes, like Ange Postecoglou calls the fluid rigidity. And it was important, keeping the fluid rigidity in a game like this season, because you lose the ball in certain areas. If you don't counter press in a very good shape or structure, then you are counter attacked, then you're in trouble. Again, I don't think that the goal that Chelsea considered in the first 60 minutes, the Callum Hudson goal was something like that. No, that was just Chelsea had everything under control. Bedashile had that thing under control. In fact, on the time where Leverkusen got the ball, it was under control to Caicedo under control. Caicedo wasn't able to control. I'm sorry. Down the ball goes in there. Bedashile is able to control the ball, but then doesn't do that for long. Takes a ricochet off his standing feet, and then he's in trouble in there. Now I'll go to Georgi Petrovic. Now, even before Georgi Petrovic, the importance of Nkunku and then the confidence of this penalty that he had played in a game like that, and how the boys were calm. Mudryk's penalty, Nkunku's penalty. We look at Cole Palmer stepping up first, and then for me, the big man on the day is Georgi Petrovic. Petrovic is a player that was brought in for his shot stopping ability. He was bought from the MLS because he was the best shot stopper in there, because he could save balls. He was a wonderful shot stopper, one of the best young shot stoppers that you can get in the world. And when they did the scouting, when I read the scouting report, that's exactly what the scouts were saying. I don't watch him in a New England Revolution, but then when you have a scout being very, very confident in saying that this guy is one of the best shot stoppers, you know that he was going to be confident. And if you have Martin Dubravka and then Georgi Petrovic, I would always put my money on Georgi Petrovic. And I think that Chelsea did a brilliant job in that regard, going into this game, being patient, staying calm, turning things over, waiting for the opening. Mihailo Modric having that striker's instinct, smelling that, look at that tenacity with which he went into that ball, struck it behind at the back of the net, and then it was 1-1. Stamford Bridge was buzzing. But I love the fact that the boys were calm, they were disciplined. I think that for me, that's the highlight of the game. The patience, the calmness, the discipline, waiting for the openings, getting the job done, taking the game into the penalty shootout, making sure they get an all-important thing. So Chelsea have done exactly what they want to do. And you see the Carabao Cup presents itself as one of the most possible trophies that Chelsea can get this time, especially en route to Europe. And this is one that they would want to win. They've done a very good job. It's going to help a lot of their psyche and their mentality, because they go into games knowing that they can score in the 95th minute, 93rd minute, 92nd minute, and then they believe that they have the players to turn things around. It's a good one. At the end of the game, however, Enzo Fernandez was seen crying and being consoled by the Chelsea players. I'm hearing that Enzo Fernandez was taking off just because he felt ill. He was ill in that game. That's what was taking off. So yeah, that was a good one for Chelsea. It is an exciting. Come on.